Toastmasters, guests, General Evaluator, and Abdul in particular. You are attending project number 9, which calls for Persuade with Power. It was a wonderful speech, and you delivered with total sincerity and with conviction. Now, if I go to the sources were definitely credible because you took it from your own personal experiences and the conversation between your father, advising you how to believe in yourself and what happens when you go through or stand on a platform, the kind of mental stir that goes on and how to handle it. All these things were brought out very credible. And you also had the audience thinking with the questions that you gave them. Now, if I were to tell you regarding the organization, the OBC, I felt it was a little obese. We could have cut out the little flaps so that we could have followed it much more with the point system, or maybe a 3 points, the power of 3, which always helps us to register. Because the audience is here to spend their precious time. So when they go out of this hall, there should be a take-home message, as Cherian said. So that should be always kept in mind, so that if you can incorporate 3 points, it would be rather very good. Then, if I were to talk to you about the body language, you were very convincing. But had you used the stage to the fullest, stating 1 point here, then moving on to the next one, so that it would have emphasized the need, why you want to need to be believing in yourself. And the vocal variety, at times I found it was a little flattened. If you could variate it, then people will be always kept their attention with you. Always use the power of pause, because that's where the emotion builds up. Now, you gave these pictures to the couple of Toastmasters. Instead of that, had you carried it with the set of pictures and showed this Sachin Tendulkar, the way that he had gone through. You know, in 1970s, what happened to it. In 1980, what he went through and how it bounced back. So that could have built up the emotions. Instead of having, you just referred these 3 names of Abraham Lincoln, Pele and Muhammad Ali. This you could have done a little differently by using those pictures to sell the idea. Ultimately, to persuade with power is to sell the idea that you should believe in yourself and why you should believe in yourself. And by doing that particular kind of exercise, how you have transformed yourself into a better being. That is what, because unless until you don't come into the picture, without you in the picture is incomplete. Right? Then the advantages of this thing is, like when you give a logical sequence, you provide evidence where you change it, where you took the examples of these great personalities and transformed yourself. And then persuade the audience. Yes, now if you do it, and I'm sure if I'm successful, you also can be. Because ultimately, the person which you look into the mirror is the one whom you need to compete. Otherwise, a very wonderful speech. Wishing you all the best in the next projects. Thank you.